Interesting. Sorry, buddy. Nice little half rotate. Is he not gonna go for that? Oh my god, I almost pre-flipped that. Dude, these guys are panicking, dude. Thank you, teammate. Wait, that's mine. Okay, cool. Good way to start off. Rah! Hey, Hockey, how you doing? Oh. Disagree with that one, personally. I was afraid teammate had that, and I was like, I think he should have that. I should have just doubled. Oh well. He went to the corner and then slowed down. I thought he had the 100, so I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna be able to whip around that and get it clear into like a good space, so I don't want to like hit it back into our corner or something. All right, even if I think I'm gonna double, I'm just gonna commit to stuff now. Seems to be the lesson I keep forgetting to learn from this rank. You did not get a reset on that? Absolutely no way. Bonk. Oh, he definitely got a reset on that. Or at least a decent touch. Hockey, how's the business doing? Oh. I was gonna set up like a miniature flick, that works too. That's fine. We'll just grab that, and then teammate will not get balled on by this guy. Excellent. No ballage. That was not the touch I wanted. He's got to have like nothing in the tank, right though? Oh, good reset. Okay. No, teammate, no, jump. Okay, good. I thought he just gave up an easy one. I would have cried. Oh, and then he screwed up his touch. Nice. All the way back. Grab some pads. I gotta stop doing that. I've noticed I've been like, when I steal pads, I go all the way to like the top of their arc. I should have just chowed that. Okay, good. I go all the way to the top of their arc, and then I notice sometimes like when I do that, I'm actually taking longer to get back because I went a little bit further and then have to turn around and then have to re-accelerate. And because of that, it does kind of leave me in like this like situation where I'm like sprinting as fast as possible to get back on defense, when in reality, if I just didn't steal that one pad, I would have been fine. Okay, cool. Man, that bounce was brutal. All right, we're gonna, oh no, I ran out of boost. I was gonna hit it to the near post because the guy gave me it, and I was like, okay, that'll roll up the wall, it'll be great. Yeah, I was like, I think he might have that. I wasn't sure though. Probably shouldn't have hit that like that. I don't like that teammate turn on that. That scared me. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know if that guy's getting, like, that's a very low aerial. Like, I don't know what he's going for. That works though, I guess. Chow? Let's get fake, I guess. He does not have anything else after that though. Grab some pads. I could pre-jump this, but let's just steal some pads and get out. Go on that, go on that, go on that. Nice. Maybe I can demo him. Just kidding. Pinch. Ooh. I'll steal this instead. Play the touch, dude. Perfect. Leave it, hopefully. No? Okay, well, that's the problem of cutting it when you're at a standstill in momentum. It's a rough touch. Could have lobbed that better. Luckily, it doesn't get scored on that. Nice. Perfectly timed. And by perfectly timed, I mean got the very first touch I wanted and then nothing after that. Flick. Not like that. I actually don't think I read this correctly. I did. Okay, never mind. We're fine. We're just fine, chat. We're just dandy even. I'm gonna let him cut that. Oh, that's not bad actually. I don't think he gets that though. I'm gonna touch this once and flick. Oh, okay, okay. Conduit, jump, 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 jump. Okay. Woo. I feel kind of bad telling him, like, come on, jump, when I'm the one that got dunked, you know? Like, not really fair to him, but teammate's playing well. One. Ooh. All right, Conduit, I'm gonna trust that you can at least get one more touch on this. Or catch flick. Oh, he tried. I know exactly what he was trying for there. Meanwhile, these guys are about to screw up. I could chase that. Is this a punk pop cover of Mamma Mia by ABBA? I think it is. Spotify's really serving up some interesting ones. Fake? God, I hate it when I can't fake people who don't think. That guy was just getting beat, just like definitively beat over the top, and he was just like, it's a fine. Like, I don't care. That was my creative little touch of like faking the demo to make him back off a little bit. Problem is I couldn't accelerate fast enough. He does not have that double again. Just gonna channel that corner. Nice. Condude, take a one touch. You're gonna have to get down. At least flick that. Perfect. Well done. Hold it up a little bit. Back pass maybe? Actually, that works really well. Oh, I didn't expect you to get that bump. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold it up. Very good touch. I'm just gonna go because he was going slow. I don't think he's gonna go for this. Oh, he did. I'm kind of stupid. All right, well, hopefully teammate doesn't get torched on this, and he doesn't. Cool. Take your time, 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 take your time. Now you gotta go. Nice. I like this teammate, I'm not gonna lie. He's pretty solid. I kind of want to leave this boost, I say as I take it from him. I'm gonna leave him this boost. I don't think, did he get that? I don't actually know. All right, we're just gonna take that one high. I'll take that 50. Teammate should not get beaten to this. Let's see if I can dunk this. Or he just gives it away. Oh no! Dude, that was a really good play. He bumped into me as I caught it. All right, that'll be a panic clear. He should have that again. He does. Not the greatest, but that's okay. He doesn't have that follow-up touch either. Ooh, really hate that. Yeah, I hate everything about that. I'm not gonna lie. That was... Okay, he was very solid all throughout, but this is like a very premature aerial that he kind of did not have the angle on. If you want to touch that, it needs to go up or it needs to be a double tap. Like, if you just tap it at the blackboard, then you're kind of boned. Hi, Sheep. Thank you for the OG. I forgot that that's a follow remote still. I guess I should take it off, but low-key, OG means a lot to me. They've got me through a very interesting time when I was first starting off in casting. Hey, Flip. Flip quarter. Interesting. Does that imply when you're courting a woman, you do flip resets and send her clips of them? Or you IRL flip resets, where you chest bump someone and then do a front flip? Honestly, I think that would impress a certain type of woman. The live stream dimensions are incorrect. Well, it's called a vertical stream. You might have noticed that you ran into it while, I don't know. Well, actually, if you clicked on a regular thumbnail, then maybe you are a little confused, but most of the time, this is a vertical stream. Yeah. Didn't manage my pads there. Can I just slap this one? No, can't get back to it. Nice finish, Team A. Let's go. Hello, Ahmedid. Or Ahmed. Id? That was my bad. No, it's not your bad. It's a vertical stream typically, so. Yeah, this doesn't happen by accident. Like, yeah, the camera is center for, oh, whoops. I looked at the chat real quick and then looked back and didn't actually pay attention to how far that ball rolled. Cringe in mid by me. You wanna get that? Nice teammate. Nice teammate. Just Ahmed? Okay. Well, then welcome in, Ahmed. Yeah, typically that stream is seen in the shorts feed, so people just are browsing and then they'll see my live stream, versus where you might have just clicked regular YouTube thumbnail or something, which is entirely possible. Ah! I couldn't get back to it, the reset. I knew it was probably going to be a little too far, but that's fine. All right, teammate, I just need you to hold... Well, I'm gonna say this again. I thought I kind of left him in a lurch here, but what happened here? Oh, he heard, he did, okay. In his defense, he did get tagged on the back end. Okay, I thought he just like slapped into our backboard. I was like, why? Let's take a 50. Just kidding. Don't have the boost for that. He'll be fine. Don't get flicked. Perfect. I'm gonna pre-jump this, see what happens. Ah! No! It's okay. Okay, we're good. I gotta reset off that. Okay, was not sure where that pressure was on that, so. Oh, my bad, teammate. We're kind of playing on the same wavelength here, which is a little rough. I'm also not a huge fan of these touches. He's going for like extra soft touches, but I'm like, you have 100 boost, just tap to the corner. Anyway. Hey, Lilo. Did you use Stream Elements or Caster Labs for your chat on screen? Neither. There's a YouTuber called Nutty. It's NUTTYLMAO, I think is his full thing. It's Nutty LMAO. He's like a coder, so he made a overlay that you can like just throw in as a browser source. You just have to hook up your YouTube and your Twitch. I'm just gonna hope they don't get that bump off. Sweet. I can probably win that. Just kidding, holy. It's okay, buddy, you don't have to panic too much, I say as he's about to panic. Yep. Throw that out of the middle. Kyle, thank you for the $5. Appreciate you.
The most frustrating. Teammate has 100 boost and doesn't use any of it.
Yeah, a little bit. That is frustrating. What's your rank? This is kind of low still. We're like GC2 right now, so we're getting back. Yeah, technically it's against Twitch's terms of service to have a chat that displays multiple platforms chat, but also counterexample, Twitch is a bunch of nerds and they don't enforce it, so not a big deal. Kyle with another 5. Oh my goodness. Shut up, Lilo.
Good luck with the win streak as always.
Thank you, Kyle. Hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully work has been not horrible. You've been actually able to be on the road and do stuff. Ah! I'm getting boxed out, bruh. They're too big. They're too strong. Not a great kickoff, but that's fine. You just need one touch. One touch, nice. That's not a great touch by him. SLB would be better off if he positioned more sideways rather than... Oh my! Matt L, make sure to update the dodo with a $10 to match Matt L.
Make sure to
or to match
Donald.
Kyle. All right, we're just gonna slow 50 this to slow them down. Steal them boost. I'm just gonna follow this one, just be annoying. That was actually kind of, yike. This SLB very well could have just gotten violated on that. Soft touch into a flick. Respect is not gonna have the immediate touch on this. SLB can chow, nice job. I'm gonna place hit all over to the open side. We're gonna cut this one hard, and that might just be in. Great save by that guy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna cut that. Let's see, can I get this again? Yes. I'm gonna dodge this demo, and oh, smart, okay. He knew I was past the ball. I was like, I just need to tag this. I think I can get back on this. Oop. All right, take that, take that. God, the synergy me and teammate have right now is actually pretty clean. Great chow. I could probably get that, but it's a little close. I don't really like the angles on that. Ooh. Oh no! SLB, Mr. Aerial. That's okay. YouTube chat popping off. People be chatting. Be chatting, be donating. All right, we got $20 in the first game of the day, basically, on stream, so we gotta lock in. Not the Spanish, dude. Oh. Nice. Blind aerial, nice. Nice SLB, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. All right, you want that? Good job, teammate. I'm just gonna let that one. Nice up arrow. All right, clutched out. Want to join the live? You got $20. Yeah, good job, Ahmed. You're my good luck charm there. All right, let's update that. No! I opened a browser source and then it removed my Monster Cat music. Sorry, YouTube, you just lost your music temporarily. Oh god, no, no, no! Oh man, I timed everything perfectly and then my browser got screwed up. All right, well, we'll update the chat goal, next goal. But you're still rocking Deadlock, Sheep, with the pals, with the butteroos. Okay, I don't mind SLB. The only thing I want to see out of SLB is a little bit more decisive aerials. He feels like a little in between on where he wants to go with the touch sometimes. And it makes me a little nervous. Nice. All right, let's fix this right now. All right, 25 is the goal. Bang. Bang! See, we fixed it. We're so fast, dude. Fastest alt tab in the West. I've not fallen so far into solo queuing, yeah. Wait, Deadlock is a MOBA? I thought it was like an Overwatch clone. Shows how well I know. Oh my god, Kyle, no! Not the update Dodo 20. Oh heck. Oh heck, guys.
Update Dono.
Oh heck and geez, guys. Nice aerial, teammate, let's go. It's both. Interesting. Hey, Trey. It's a hero third-person MOBA. What? Wait, I thought the whole point of a MOBA was that it was like an overhead cam with a bunch of heroes and abilities that are kind of slow-paced. But it's third-person? Is it still slow-paced? Because I feel like the whole difference with like something like Overwatch is that, yeah, it's hero-based, but it's like more, it's very much a shooter with elements that are like meant to be very fast-paced teamwork stuff, whereas MOBA is meant to be kind of slow when you use like characters. I don't know, it feels like a pace of play almost, it feels like. And also presentation. If the camera is third or first person, it feels very like not what that genre is in my mind. But then again, I don't play MOBAs, so I guess who knows. Has some fun movement tech. Okay, that's nice. Sorry, teammate. I wanted to shoot that, but recently I've been going for those angles and missing a lot of them, so didn't trust myself. I'm gonna rush this. No, whoa. I think I flipped out of the direction of his flick, funnily enough. I thought he was gonna go for the near post, because that felt like the easiest flick for him to get, and then he just ignored my chow, or maybe just wasn't even paying attention to me. I might have been directly behind the ball, low-key. Turn? Oh, okay, good pass. It feels fast because you're in the action moving through a 3D space instead of top-down. That's true. Yeah, it's kind of like when you adjust your FOV, you're just like flying at a certain point because everything just zooms by your camera so fast. We're just gonna... No! Oh, God. Other guy's so fat. He's thick, dude. You want to take that? Oh no. Oh no, teammate. I really thought you had that one. I went to the corner, and then he also went to the corner. I'm like, oh, okay, you can have that one. And then he didn't get the corner. So I was like, oopsies. Didn't realize that's what we were doing here. I should have gone for that corner anyway, but I just figured, like, oh, it's okay. Teammate will get back. Please don't bounce perfectly for him. Oh, well, I guess I got my answer. Well, that's not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. Don't just flick it away. Gather. Well done. Don't flip. Don't flip. Perfectly played. Perfectly played. It's an ADHDer's dream. Oh, dang. All right, teammate is just going for stuff, which is fine, but got to be a little careful of it. Hella deflection. You are getting absolutely annihilated to that read. Good demo. Not ideal. Not ideal. My bad. I should have just flicked to the far side. Wait, by demoing him. No, that was a goal, dude. I was trying to get over the top because I thought it'd be a 50. Both me and the other guy, I think, had the exact same thought. Like, what if this doesn't actually bounce the way that we think it is? SLB, turn. Nice. That works. They format the objectives of Deadlock. So is it just like other MOBAs where you kind of have to defend / destroy a core or whatever? Like, how much is it really adapted from other games? Because I feel like that's like the hardest part about designing a like, oh, it's a blah 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 like or whatever. Because then it's like, okay, well, what's the way you convince people to just play this game rather than get sick of it and then be like, I'd rather just play blank. Like, I think that's the biggest obstacle most like variant games come up with or get stuck with is like, oh, it's like a MOBA, like, it's like Overwatch, it's like League, and it's like, okay, well, what's the point of playing that game than just playing those games then? Like, if it's trying to simulate those experiences. Wait, hold on. Wait, no way they peek, right? Oh, that's good. They get whales. Yep, we do love whales. We'll take that. Just kidding. On fort. That's a good one. A little unfortunate on that deflection. Playing for something a little bit different, but teammate just got kind of in that in between where I think he was too far away to chow, but he's also too far away to like lock in the goal and trust that a shot is in, but he's also like way too close to be able to like react quick. Whales, the superior goldfish. Wait, what? That'd be kind of funny if there was a snack called the goldfish and then there's just like a massive version of it that's like the size of like 10 of them combined. And it's just like, this is the whale. Convince, destroying the earliest objectives actually provide team buffs, not just the money. I convince one person to play Deadlock with me by specifically telling them it's fun and I don't care about it. It's full on MOBA. What makes it unique is it has a fun and skillful movements. It actually requires general mechanics more than MOBAs. Aim and again movement is a unique twist in the genre made by a reputable company, aka Valve. Okay, thank you. Hello, Mohan. Welcome back. Oh, it's my con dude teammate. Okay. Ooh, I realized halfway through that where he was faking. Good job, Sandro. Wow, I hate everything about that. Unfortunate. I mean, it's not a bad air dribble, it's just kind of like he saw me turning around. Or maybe he didn't, I don't know. Whoa, my audio just went out. What the? Ah, it was a little spooky. My audio is like fading. Please don't tell me these headphones are dying on me. Tevoti. Urba, I don't know what you're talking about. Please do not bring that person up, as they are not part of my life anymore. If you don't mind. Nope! You're fine? That's weird. MOBAs are somewhat digestible because of perspective. I could almost get sort of talked down, like being in the action. Yeah, it's kind of why MOBAs were never interesting to me generally, because they were very like thick crowd-based looking things where there's just a bunch of nonsense going on. They're also like, there's a lot of like mechanics in the game that just feel very esoteric. Again, it's hard. I feel like at least with Overwatch, you're like, oh, okay, there's like an objective and you're kind of pew-pew and whatever. But like all the like the nitty-gritty of League and Dota just feels so like, what is, like, why are these people fighting? Wait, are these NPC characters? What is gold used for? Like, there's just so many tiny things that I'm like, I don't really get it. And maybe it's not that complicated, but I never liked esports where I can't just kind of like peek and see what's happening and kind of understand it. Like even the abilities in Overwatch are kind of like, you kind of get what's going on. Oh, there's a giant arrow, and if it hits you, then great. He looks like Abject's father. I get that a lot. A Taco Deadlock Day? Yeah, I'm not ever playing that. I don't like Overwatch, and I don't like MOBAs, so I'm not playing a fusion of the two. I think it's the longer face and the brown hair. People always, I think Abject's probably the most similar, like, look-alike person I get. I get Jake Gyllenhaal a little bit, but I think I'm a little, I don't think I'm as attractive as Jake Gyllenhaal, so I won't go that far. Dude, my audio is starting to fail. This is kind of spooking me, chat, not gonna lie. Not a huge fan that my audio is, like, going in and out. Really hope this isn't my mixer failing, because I do not have money to buy a new one. Nice. The eyes? That's a weird one. I don't know, I guess it's just like what you like in an esport and what's rewarding to you. I think MOBAs have a very specific skill set that people like or dislike, and I've just never been a huge fan of specific stuff. Our bass audio is good? Good to know. Love back-to-back kickoff goals. Huge fan. Ugh. All right. Getting a little nervous about my headphones. Might have to try a different audio. I'm hoping it's just my headphones are breaking because they're, you know, not hyper expensive and therefore prone to... Wow, we are getting farmed off kickoffs. It's hilarious, dude. Wow. Ugh. Well, it's part of the game. I was interesting that Sandro didn't chow that. I think he was thinking there was going to be something up his sleeve there. Oh, that kickoff was a little bit further than I thought. Oh no. Hey, birdie. I gotta sleep, can't say. All right, see you, Tony Chris. Nice pass. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything. He's so upset at me for not liking Smite that he quit talking to me for a long time. That's actually really funny. Like, I don't know. Smite is just very much like a... Like, well, just MOBAs in general, like, I can't I can't describe to you why I don't like them. I've never been like, ooh, about a game, you know? Like when Rocket League first came out, I saw the trailer for it and I saw a gameplay of it and I was like, ooh, immediately. Back when I was a kid watching Call of Duty, watching highlight videos, I was like, ooh, I've never seen anything for League or MOBA or Overwatch that I was like, ooh. It was kind of just like, all right. I did definitely fall off the boat a little bit with shooters generally. Ever since I stopped playing COD, I kind of just stopped playing all games. So in that genre, I don't really know what it was. I just like, once we got to like advanced movement, I've never really enjoyed that. I've always been a fan of like arcade boots on the ground type of stuff, like the OG Call of Duties. Granted, of course, like I'm gonna be that nostalgic millennial and be like, my Arrow COD was the best. Yeah, the one that was, when I was a teenager, was the best games, etc. Because that happens with, like, I've talked to, like, Gen Z kids, and they're like, oh, the best game, the COD ever was actually Advanced Warfare. And I'm like, funny, that was the game that actively made me call it quits forever on COD. Like, I'd have never been tempted to play Call of Duty past that, unless you talk about, like, Warzone. Never played a COD game? Not even Bass Pro Fishing? Get it? Because COD's a fish! Boop. Nice touch. B7 sunk my battleship. Oh, that's weird. They charge yourself to higher standard like Chrono Trigger. Zero engagement for someone like me. But that's the thing is like people just need to accept that like, sometimes you're just not meant, you just don't have an interest. Like for me, like there's no ooh factor. And I know some people are like, it'll grow on you or whatever, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't want to have to like, you know, oh wait, it's gonna grow on me? Like a fungus? Like a bacteria? Yeah, no thank you, dude. Nice shot. I've always preached about Advanced Warfare brought the true downfall of gaming. The horse armor was a tea party. Horse armor! Shout out Bethesda. 20 bucks or whatever it was. But yeah, the I think just those games. Also, I will say, like, you look back at COD and yeah, Modern Warfare 3, the original one for the PS3, was like, it was kind of drab colored, but I still think the maps were clean. It was meant to be an arcadey game. But then I felt like, I don't know, this is just my head canon, but like, it feels like Activision and whatnot just decided, hey, if we're gonna make these games, they have to be centered around the esport. So you have to have low TTK, you have to have like very specific sight lines and designs for maps and whatever. And it got really frustrating because like I played COD because I liked rushing around the map. I liked doing all this stuff. But then suddenly, even non-ranked play has skill-based matchmaking, and I'm like, why? The whole appeal of COD was that you were playing against like anyone in the world. So yeah, you might like blow out a team one game, but then another game you actually get a great, you know, game going. My bad, teammate. I just didn't trust you. I didn't think you were right behind me. What happened here? You? Oh, you. I'm so sorry. I thought he was a little farther back in the corner. 100 hours of gameplay to enjoy. Well, that's the thing about Rocket League, you don't. Anyone who's played this game the first time, they know it's clunky and they know they can be better and they don't understand the controls truly. But like, you can still have fun, I think, on Rocket League on low hours. From an RPG element, I would also say Crimson Desert is a very fun game, but objectively, it is not fun for the first like 10 hours. It's very sloggy. I don't know where I'm going. Why are all my weapons so low? Like damage, like where is the rest of this story? Where's the exploration bit? And then after like the first 10 hours, it's like, oh, it opens up again. And then you actually have like a good time, which is really funny. I've never thought a game would be able to come back from such a slow beginning. Okay. I wanted to throw that across, but teammate immediately backed away, so I got kind of scared. I think Rocket League with me is like a game you can enjoy pretty straightforwardly. And definitely it's a lot of stuff. But the thing is also like if you don't want to sweat, there is casual. The thing that killed COD to me is like the skill-based matchmaking. Like my idea of fun is going for like a 3 or 4 KD game, popping off, getting some kill streaks. And now it feels like every game has to be like a game battles. Like you're going you're sweating for like a 30 and 27 scoreline or whatever and a win. Like, I'm not playing COD to pop off and win games and prove that I can grind out hard points better. Like, I'm playing 6v6 domination or free for all and trying to just have a goofy time. And it's just kind of weird that they just stopped doing that all of a sudden. And I'm like, I don't have a problem if you want to add a ranked gameplay and have it a bit more like integrated in the game if people want to sweat, but I'm not playing COD for that. And it's kind of weird how they just completely took out that angle. And of course, these people who, frankly, this is my most neckbeard, like, sweater comment. People who are just not as good at the game and, yeah, maybe just don't have as much time to play because they're like, oh, I'm just trying to play a couple hours after I get home from work. I'm not trying to sweat against guys who, you know, never leave their mom's basement when they're playing. Yeah, I get that. But the thing is, as a guy who actually, like, you know, played a lot of COD and had good, you know, stick mechanics and was able to actually, like, play at a decently high level or get a high KD and get some fun gameplay, I don't really like the idea of having to always play against someone who's just as good as me all the time when I'm just trying to play casually. I'm not trying to win games. And I always thought that was kind of dumb. But that's just me. I know I'm probably in a minority there. People are like, well, skill-based matchmaking means all your games are going to be a bit more even. I'm like, well, they kind of just turn them into sweat lobbies, which that's kind of where I lost interest. Also, I do have a sweat game, and that's Rocket League. The Rocket League is a funny game because it's a game I fundamentally like. In COD, when you're pub stomping, it's fun because you're getting like kill streaks. You're able to, like, the whole point is to kind of inflict like maximal like domination. Whereas in Rocket League, when you're dominating someone, it's not fun. Like, Rocket League is only fun when you're actively playing against people, and I can't really put a finger on why. It's like it's not fun to score 7 goals in the game against an inferior opponent, but like in COD, it is. And it's very confusing how that is. But like, yeah, in terms of Rocket League, I've never been able to enjoy it casually. I don't know people who can just play this game and just be like, la, 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 you know? I'm so sorry, teammate. I thought I was alt tabbing faster. Good save. But yeah, that's also why I do need a casual game. Like, Rocket League is my sweat game, and then when I'm not really in the mood for Rocket League or I'm trying to wind down, I have like other games that are single player stuff. Usually they're still competitive or have some aspect of like dexterity needed or whatever, and sometimes they're just cozy games. Like we're rocking some like a Civ 5 or whatever, you know? People already 100% in Hades 2. Go. Aw. I'm so sorry, Chris. I thought you were driving forward. And I'm like, nah, not so fast, other team. I'm going to get that boost. Dude. All right. Hold on, guys. These are very long chats, so I'm trying to like pay attention to them. That was a good demo. I was hoping you would try to jump over me. Me and my boys all quit playing because as soon as you get about 2KD, every single game is sweat. Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not fun to play that. You just hard carry your team. Yeah, like in COD, it's really interesting to like be a high KD game where you actively are playing against players who aren't. Obviously, it's not as fun when they're like literal bots and they're just like standing still and you're just shooting basically mannequins. But when they're actually like someone you actually have to be a little bit on alert about, it's really cool to like. I think it also kind of like in a way like taps into that same primal energy of like watching John Wick mow down like crowds of people. Where like, yeah, he's like that skilled that it takes that many people to take him down. Like when you were in the thick of it in like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, the original Black Ops 2 and all that, and like actively like running and gunning like crazy through a mob of people and no one can stop you, it is really like power fantasy stuff. Whereas in Rocket League, it's just kind of sad because it's like it's like playing basketball against like people who are 4'5", like a bunch of 6th graders or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, these people just genuinely can't even hang. It's not fun because they're not even on my level. Whereas like at least if you take your eye off the prize a little bit in COD, you do like actually start getting wrecked. Like you will get like shot by someone on a kick headshot or you'll miss like a crucial touch or like a crucial shot because your aim isn't clean enough. So you have to still be like clinical and whatever. Skill gap for it's certainly but if you're good enough to cook every time you do that the level efficient ways, slam someone. Yeah. I don't know, I just thought that was kind of interesting. That COD was something I actually very much enjoyed pub stomping and playing casually, and Rocket League I absolutely need to be like at the most competitive level that I can. Rocket League over every game is the size of the egos. I think honestly any hyper competitive esport is like that though. Like League is known for being hyper toxic because I think people have to grind so long. I will say League also is not helped by the fact that the games are so long. Like in Rocket League, the one upside of it is that you can just hop in, play a game. Like if you have 5 minutes to kill, you're not gonna be able to play probably a full Rocket League game. But if you have like 6-7 minutes, you can probably fit in a quick game or something. There's been many a time where like I just have like I gotta go somewhere and I got enough time, like 10 minutes to kill, and I'll just like queue up a quick like little game and then you're done. Whereas in League, you got to dedicate like 30 minutes, it feels like, to a game. So it's got to be really tilting when like imagine a Rocket League game in which you're in it for 30 minutes and then right at the last minute, someone on your team makes a horrific mistake. Like, yeah, I get tilted when my teammate will do something bad, but at least I know, it's whatever, it's just a game. Like it's just a single game. I can just queue up another one and get it back in 6 minutes. In League, you don't have that luxury. If you're playing for 2 hours, you're playing 4 games. Like imagine only having 4 games a day and then losing 2 of them or something. You'd be pissed. So yeah, that's the thing. That's a little rough, for sure. So yeah, having that long of a dedication to have to commit to for your games has to be so like tilting when your team is actively playing like bots, or at least you perceive it that way, because it's got to just feel like everything in a world is possibly going wrong. Wow, this teammate just almost did that entire play by himself. I got that block. We're gonna cut that. Oh! I got a little cocky on that, I'm not gonna lie. Christmas, no. All right, we got away with that one. We're gonna tap that even. Nice. Positioning, teammate, let's go! That's what I'm talking about! I love it when they follow quickly. Oh, that's why my thing was breaking up, because my headphone literally fell off. My IEM was DC'd. That's really funny. That's really funny that's why my audio was going out. Yeah, I was like wondering why I'm hearing like static. Like well, mystery solved, chat. Sweet, gave it away. Not a huge fan of that, Christmas. You actually touched that the best possible way. We're gonna block that. Yes, sir. Christmas, guide it, guide it, guide it, guide it. Why are you popping it up? Why are you popping it up? Why did you just put me in this position? Nice, okay, never mind. You got it back. I don't think it's because skill gap, it's because in Rocket League, you're locked in a room with your opponents you don't like, you get rid of some, move on. It's more static, so farming isn't fun. No, I don't. No, I don't. For me, it just feels like it's like shooting fish in a barrel with Rocket League. Like when you're playing a gold, like when I'm 1v1ing a gold, like it's not interesting to me. It's not like, oh, I can do all these fun stuff. I'm like, this is just like, it's like I might as well just be in free play. Like it genuinely feels like that. Whereas in COD, you actually still kind of have to be on alert. Like everyone has played COD or a shooter where you've died to someone like camping because you weren't paying attention to your corners or whatever, and you didn't check the room when you entered or whatever. Like everyone's been in those scenarios before. So like even playing against kind of bots, you can still occasionally get peeked on. There is 0 chance a gold is scoring on me in a 1v1 unless I'm actively just throwing and not even trying. Like legitimately, even if I miss an aerial and then miss another aerial and then miss another aerial, I'll probably be able to recover in time and get the save, you know? Like, it's actually just that level. That's gotta be a better flick. Like, I want to 1v that shit. No, exactly, Lilo, you could probably be, like, playing with one hand, rotating back sometimes, and it wouldn't actually be an issue. Like, it's just not sporting. It's not interesting. Whereas, like, if you were 1v1ing, like, someone in a shooter, yeah, you'd probably be able to win most of the time if you were just a higher ranked player, but, like, also, you'd probably just be able to, you know, get killed occasionally because you don't get a shot off, or you miss aim, or you get a kick headshot or something. Like, it's a little bit of elements to that. I think because of also the fact that I hate the fact that luck plays an issue, but like sometimes in COD, that's a thing. You die because someone cooks a grenade and blindly throws it over a wall and it just happens to explode the moment it gets into your kill radius, you know? Like there's literally nothing you could have done in COD to counter that when that happens to you. And that's honestly the factor that made Rocket League stand out to me. I love the fact that if you lose a game in Rocket League, it's just because you were outplayed by your opponent. Yeah, it means you get tilted at your teammates in a whole different way, but it also means like, you know, you can actually play the game and know that you're not dying because someone threw a throwing star across the map for a meme and it killed you. Like, you know, like that stuff used to tilt me so much. Like no skill involved. You just chuck something and you got away with it. Also, there's no gimmick. Like players used to complain about campers like setting up a claymore at the door and then also a sentry gun and then also having, you know, a trillion different things going on that would keep them alive. Whereas in Rocket League, there is no gimmick playstyle. You can say like, oh, air dribble bump, that requires mechanics. Oh, you know, bump play. Oh, well, you still have to rotate effectively and kind of have a good game sense to even make sense of bump play. You know, like there's always a counter to everything you do in Rocket League. Whereas in Call of Duty, when you have like a genuine team just camping a flag or whatever, like they're low key, you kind of just have to be like, okay, you're gonna have to do that and I'm just gonna deal with it because there is no counter to that. It's not an easy one without slowing down yourself specifically just to deal with that one guy. So boring, but I had to prove point. No, exactly. But that's also why I like proving those points. Because I've always kind of like seen these players come into stream and be like, listen, I deserve, you know, champ, even though I'm only like names rank 300 MMR below. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude, but like if you are genuinely struggling to solo queue your way out of like gold, you do not deserve the top 5% of players, you know? Like even if your teammates were actually atrocious, if you're halfway decent, if you generally play like a champ, I think you should be able to solo carry yourself out of pretty much any lower rank. Like on my KBM accounts, I can barely even aerial and I'm still able to get to diamond. Like that alone shows that you don't need to be like insane. That's why we're getting to see how high we get without boosting. Yes, we should still plan that stream out. Because I would be genuinely curious about playing my tutorial games, then getting ranked unlocked, and then actively trying to see like how high could we get without boosting as a team. In full comms, like what would that even look like? I'd be fascinated. Surely Merc is the play. Is the Merc a default car? Well, yeah, it is. I forget if it's like Merc is like one of those cars you have to like unlock in a chal or something. I think it's just you get every car off the rip now. Noise. I mean, yeah, we'd have to maximize the hitbox. It's not like we're air dribbling, you know? So we'd kind of have to just maximize our 50. There's some very weird... Hold on. There's some very weird love streams today. Live streams. I was gonna say, I'm a love stream. Isn't that just pornography? What? Bro just tapped in front and then just watched the ball. Like black bears get as big as possible. Just you want some of this? And they're just like, ah! And then run away. A pinup poster, but just a husk of corn. Yeah, with the corn husk just tantalizingly stripped to one side. Oh. I'd say the only difference between champs and diamonds is consistency. I think they're familiar in skill. Yeah, I mean, I made a tweet the other day using my psych background a little bit because I saw like an interesting thing. Ninjas in Pajamas made their social team I actually really like. They do some fun videos with their roster. But they basically asked them what's a low rank in Rocket League. And all the pros said, like, if you're not at least GC, I think Oli said GC3. Joria said like somewhere around C2. And basically it was just like, if you were not at least C2, pros consider that a low rank. And I thought that was kind of interesting because they also asked the coach. And the coach, LBP, he was saying I would say gold is a low rank. And I thought that was really fascinating because when you think about skill, like objectively, when you think about the ranks, there's like a decently high rank. You can think about it like terms of like, okay, well, let's say the lowest third is a low rank. Then that would mean it was gold. But if you think about it from terms of like skill perception, when you're, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Dude, I nearly adopted that, man. Full dunk into a double. Oh, dude, he would have been calling me Papa. Can a mod please add /marker in the chat? No, please save that. Ah, I didn't expect him to soft touch that. But yeah, basically my tweet was, I thought it was interesting because like psychologically when there's an estimate required and you don't get given a point, you do so, Unk Taco. But yeah, when there's no reference point, you engage in something called self-referential anchoring, where essentially you come up with an initial point based on your own experience, and it kind of anchors your estimate. So when pros, I think, are thinking about themselves, like, what's my rank? And then, because a low is, in a way, like it's a comparative word. So like, okay, well, something's only low when something else can be high. So if they judge themselves as, like, the highest, then let's say they're 2,400 MMR. That is 600 MMR beyond, or 500 MMR beyond what SSL is. So they're insanely high up. And the thing is, skill isn't linear either. So like a 1900 and a 2K player are not the same as a champ 1 to a diamond 3. You know what I mean? Like as you get higher and higher, any like very high SSL knows, like I have played in 1900 and 2K lobbies. I can kind of hang, but it's pretty tough. The moment you put me in a 2,400 lobby playing against a full pro, it is like they're playing a different game. They are so much better than 2K players that you can barely even believe it. And yet, they're technically like the same amount of MMR, like they're only 300 higher or whatever. So like, when pros are answering that question of like, what's a low rank and they're 2,400, like genuinely, like what is the difference between a champ and a plat to them? Like they're both insignificant gnats. They can barely touch the ball compared to them. So like, I thought that was kind of interesting that like, yeah, skill perception when you get pretty high up has to be like insanely wonky. Oof. Can I get drops here? Of course, you have to do exclamation point drops. Hey, David. Solo queue teammates don't have a brain. I mean, some of them don't. Some of them are just gaming. Maybe solo queue, Dario, I started with a friend. We had D1 in 2 weeks fresh just because I'm not tilting. My car controls 10 times better when plaques. I'm solo queuing. I think solo queuing definitely is hard because you have to randomly adapt to things, whereas like when you're playing with a friend, you at least kind of know their tendencies, and I think that's what makes it easier. Like when I play with Lilo, I kind of know what she's going to go for. I also can trust that when she's going for something, it's like that's a read that I know, have seen her make like 50 times. So, you know, like all that stuff kind of bleeds together. Whereas when you're playing with a solo queue, you don't know how good these people are. Playing GC friends champ lobbies, and I was playing just as well as champs. That could be doing my friend giving me advice, telling me what to do. No, but that's the thing is like you're playing with someone who you know how to play, and also you can allow them to kind of chill. The thing is, a lot of players play in higher rank lobbies, but they're like, oh yeah, I play pretty well, but I'm like, yeah, the thing is, hanging in there in lobbies only lasts so long. If you're still taking just as long and you're not hitting your aerials as cleanly, like you're gonna struggle. Like I see plenty of champs coming to the lobby, and while they're not like necessarily like an immediate loss condition for them, they're definitely not helping. They're kind of just there. They're like a traffic cone. Okay, that was a little risky, but I know he overtouched it. Nice challenge, Abe. Flick, 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 flick. He had it. Ooh. Interesting. Nice touch, Ape. One more. Nice. That's fine. Never mind, that's not fine. You gotta jump. Nice. Oh, that's a really good first touch. That's... Oh, he backed off. What a coward. Well, rank you. Hey, Ricardo. This is GC2 right now, so... We're trying to get back our hours up because we're kind of de-rusting. Usually GC3 SSL based on our previous seasons of ranked, but... it's a shame. He's gonna spawn near... Yeah, see here. Alright, we're gonna... Oh. Oh. Oh, tried to go near post because I figured I didn't want to slow it down too much. Ape, don't go. He might be boned here. Alright, teammate, I'm just gonna give you some time, so get some boost. Let's catch that. Flat tired him. I'm gonna take that boost, Ape. I'm sorry. Alright. Trying to slow that down, teammate. It's fine. I'm gonna cut that and take another touch, and that'll blend. Nice. Okay, that works. Ooh. Not great. Ape, you gotta jump. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. And on fort. On fort. Biggest difference between GC1 and GC3. GC1s are quick and they don't know how to read the game. GC3s know how to read the game and are quick. Like, the issue, honestly, once you get to, like, GC1 is where you're trying to actually learn what high-level play is. You're just trying to cram your mechanics into it. Whereas GC2 is where you're like, oh, I kind of get it, and then you're working on decision-making. GC3 is where everything is kind of clicking, and you're just trying to work on consistency and play around your solo queue, especially on that. Like, SSL is where everything just synergizes. Everyone's like, what's an SSL tip? I'm like, well, the GC3 tip is the same as SSL. You just actually have to work on your decision making. The only difference between like low GC3s and SSLs is the ability to actually make the correct decision most of the time. And when I say correct, I don't mean like there is a good choice and a bad choice. Everything's a gradient. There's like increasing levels of good in decisions you can go for and challenges you can make, and how much boost you can use, etc. And then there's also the ones that are not so great. Like that one I went high when I could have just like shadowed that one, but you don't know how quick he's gonna go, so you gotta kind of choose. So could I have waited on that one? Yeah, probably, but you don't know, so you just gotta commit. The thing is, like, I'll try to explain my decision making in this game as we go on. So that guy's gonna get that boost, but teammate will have 100, so I'm gonna shadow a little bit closer. That didn't bounce down. When we got pads, teammate will wrap around that. He left that boost for me, so it's fine. Emo's probably gonna 50 me, so I'm just gonna go for a pinch. I missed, that's fine. I'll leave that for teammate because he's coming up. I'll play backward because teammate's not there quite yet. Play the 50. That's rough, he still has that. Grab some pads. He's leaving that for me. We're gonna hit it to the side so we get boost. I'm gonna watch his challenge. He'll give it away to me, and I'll pop it up. I'll play 50 on this because doesn't have an angle. Got a little low on it, it's fine. I'll steal boost, teammate will buy time for me. Picks that up. He should not air dribble that. But okay, yeah, he takes it down. Gets a little reset, that's fine. Gets a dunk as well. I'm gonna wait for the spawn actually, because Emo's gonna get that clear. I'm gonna stay in the way, nice. Teammate should have that. He's gotta play the bounce though. I'm just gonna take that from him. Emo hits that to corner, that should roll. I'm gonna rush that just because that's a little bit slow from them. I didn't realize teammate would also go on that. I'm gonna get out. Grab some pads, stay middle. I'm gonna turn middle so as it comes to the middle, I'm prepared. That'll bounce up and down, that's fine. Teammate has that, he does not, that's fine. I don't trust that they're gonna have a good shot on that, and that's why they don't go for the shot. He'll have that middle, they gave it away. Teammate doesn't have boost, but they don't know that, it's fine. Stop asking about drops. Well, it does say omega drops, which is, you know, a very real term on how to describe the quantity of something. Did you use exclamation point drops? That should be pretty self-explanatory on drops. he's gonna give that away, or at least keep it close. I don't really trust his ability to do much with that. Gonna tag him a little bit. Teammate takes 50 there. That's fine. They don't have a flip. Goes through the pinch. You got that? Ooh. I'm just gonna play 50. Ah, that's a rough one. He full committed to that chow, which I didn't expect. I'm gonna try to bump this guy. Oh no. These guys gotta just like ignore the play. It's very interesting to watch them operate. All right, teammate should probably have a 50 there. Nice. I'm gonna lay it into his path. He has way more power on that if I lay it into him, so. Holy pinch. All right, he's gonna rush this, so I'm gonna pop it up and then slow play this 50. Close. I'm gonna ignore that, get boost. They're going to cut that and try to get it out, so let's just keep it in. Boost spawns for me. I'm not gonna go. It doesn't spawn, sad. I need to touch on that. Just keep it high, keep it far. Not a great touch from them, so it's fine. I'll steal boost and then hit it open space. Teammate turned away. That's a rough one. He's got to play a little bit more predictive on that one. He had boost to turn upfield. Like, that was a counter from us if we just committed. Okay, he's gonna go again. That's fine. We need CRL commentary next match. I used to have like a whole alert and like a thing for like a channel point award for that to do commentary in my ranked games, but it broke, so I kind of took that off. Oh, good save. Nice. CRL commentary. I think he just means like casting in general. I'm sorry, teammate. That was literally the most perfect demo he could have gotten. Feel like you play better. What is that? Oh, no! Teammate just didn't even get a 50. All right, well, that's unfortunate. Am I watching the Squishy Muffins video? Kinda. Like saying everything? Nah, I mean, kinda. Also, AWS, I don't know if you're like 4 years old, but like the whole point of the exclamation point drops command is to demonstrate that there are no drops on this. Unless it literally says drops enabled in the tags on the stream. That's your fun way of anyone who actually comes into a stream be like, drops? If it doesn't say drops enabled, or fun fact, if you go into the chat and it doesn't say specifically, hey, look, hey, it's Musty. Yeah, kind of vanity there, buddy. Heard out the alpha boost thing? Yeah, some guy put a mod in. I don't know if that's bannable or not. Pro player? Yep, pro player Musty. We know him. We love him. Or is this West on his account? Who knows? They're one and the same nowadays. Yes, this is actual Mustang. Actual mustard man. I just casted this Braden guy, the other guy. This team was playing in a high school championship. All right, we're gonna tap that light. Yeah, I'm kind of a bot for assuming that guy wouldn't go for that exact read. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I was actually not trying to take that boost. I was just trying to get a better position. Oh no! I passed it right into him. Luckily, Musty saves that. Nice. And these 50s, I'm not gonna lie, are kind of elite by these guys. Kind of screwing Musty over with these boost grabs and GL. Wow, that was very yike. Alright, Musty and I are really disconnected on rotation, I'm not gonna lie. That's important. They're practically married now, what? Bleh. I mean, Omega boost would kind of go hard, not gonna lie. Must thinks he's Ahmad out here. Brain didn't even aggress on that. Crazy. Brain, oh my god, you're just ball chasing. I don't know, Musty is... Anyway. I don't think we're playing the same game. I don't understand, really, any of the decisions that we're going for. I think Musty plays a certain way that I'm not compatible with. I've never actually played with him in 2s. I think I've never lost with him in 3s, but... Oh. All right. Going forced to use a pie boost. Is there a pie boost? What? Rigged. Nice. All right, cool. If I send my PC specs, can you rate my PC? Sure. Keep in mind, any PC specs that contain literally any graphics card by NVIDIA in general immediately makes them 4 trillion times more valuable. Also, I was searching through job listings the other day, and NVIDIA's hiring a bunch of people. Dude, if you are a senior level person at NVIDIA, not even like an exec, like a senior level like QA manager or senior level like account exec or senior level whatever, like you are making bare minimum like $175,000. I have never seen such ridiculous salaries. So I will say, at least credit to NVIDIA, you might be farming money in a way that's going to ruin our global economy and set us back as a species for years. But at least you're paying your employees well. Because I would have been pretty pissed if they were literally the most highly valued company of all time recently. because of AI, and then suddenly they were like, yeah, but anyway, we're gonna pay you $60,000. Be like, no, you're gonna pay me anything I want, considering you have like a $4 trillion valuation or something insane like that. Yeah, an actual thing. Hello, Night Fits. Oh, hello. Bro said, get down, Mr. President. Do you think AI will continue? Of course. People who control capital would love to use AI to eliminate as many jobs as possible from people. So, as long as there is a business incentive to be able to lower their bottom line, then that's exactly why it'll continue. Consumers saying they have absolutely no use case for it, doesn't matter. You're gonna have to use it. You're gonna have to get used to it. It'll exist. Job just infinitely better when you get to interact with a human? Nope, sorry, it'll be an AI chatbot, and you're gonna have to accept that. So much so that even the AI chatbots will lie to you and say, yes, I am a human. Don't worry about it. Anyway, ignore the fact that I'm typing back to you in responses that clearly would take much longer than what they do for an entire, quote-unquote, informal conversation. Almost as if I'm copy-pasting, or almost as if I'm able to compute a massive sentence in a matter of no time and type at 700 words a minute. Goth AI is so good at... Oh, so have you considered that all AI you should just stop using because you're rotting your brains, especially if you're a student? I'm very much on the anti-AI train. The only time I want AI used is as a tool to speed up slower work. Oh, you mean like essays? No, I mean something laborious, like, oh, I need you to auto-populate this grid with blah, blah, blah. Something that you could do manually, but doesn't really take brain power. It's just something that takes a while. That's a perfect use for AI. Whereas people are like, no, 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 write an essay for me. No, no, you need to write that essay because you won't know how to communicate ideas. You don't know how to make a thesis. You don't know how to back it. You just kind of say, computer, do this for me. I don't want to know. And then we're shocked when... No offense, guys. Like, a lot of students I used to teach in that Gen Z, Gen A population, they are not equipped for the working world, dude. Because they just use AI for everything. It's like paying for someone else to go to the gym and expecting for you to get gains. Like, that's not how it works. Brain's like a muscle, bro. When GPS started coming out, people's visuospatial reasoning abilities started to decrease on a national level. Mainly because when you are navigating directions by memory, so if, imagine someone's in your hometown and they're like, hey, how do I get to blank from blank? You know how to get there because you know that mentally. You can build a map and kind of plan it out. That's all cognitive ability. Whereas a GPS is kind of taking that away because now instead of actually having to think about it, you just plug it into a computer and it does it for you. Like, that is the same thing with literally everything in your brain. So when people are like, oh, I love this AI, it's so great, it makes everything so easy. Yeah, I don't even have to do homework anymore. Oh, lol, I barely have to study anymore, lol. Like, no. Use it as a tool. If you're using it for absolutely everything, then you're just fucking wasting your time, bro. Legitimately, these math questions don't require brain power, they take a long time. No, because you're doing procedural tasks that require reasoning. You also have to do a lot of order of operations. They do take a long time, but they also have a purpose because you have to calculate stuff, dude. The thing is, you need to be able to math things out. Imagine how useless you are if someone's like, hey, I need to learn how to do blank and pitches like an algebraic equation to you that you need to solve for. And you're like, wait, hold on, I'm useless without being able to plug this into an AI first. No, just do it yourself. Mental math it. That's a skill. Preston, if you actually think that you shouldn't do that, then please, I'm begging you, sterilize yourself so you don't have kids, because you're not worth it. You're not adding to the gene pool anymore. If you want your whole computer life to do all the computing for you, then what skill are you bringing to the table? I'm being so dead ass, dude. Why should anyone hire you in the future if everything you do and everything you learned was just done by a computer instead? Learning how to communicate, learning how to write an essay, learning how to actually walk yourself through a problem Being able to critically think about an argument being presented and why it's important or not to do a certain task or to pay attention to a certain source. These are all things you need to learn how to do. They're not something you do by task, by like one task will teach it to you and you'll forever remember it. It's something you build on. It's skills that you learn through assignments, through testing, through examination, through actually struggling with something. You just feed into a computer and write it down. Fun fact, you did not learn anything. You do short-term encoding. Well, I memorized what the AI said. Yeah, but you're not gonna actually remember that long-term because that's not the same. You're memorizing something very briefly. You're not actually remembering it. You're not actually learning it, encoding it into your long-term memory. So therefore, whenever people are like, no, AI is not that big of a deal. So I still get good grades on my tests and I still feel like I know that stuff. Dude, if you ask yourself in 1 week that same stuff, you do not know it. Guaranteed. I use it when I give us a lot of busy work. Yeah, I get that. But the thing is like, people are supplementing it for absolutely everything. And it's just such a waste of everyone's time, dude. Like, again, AI is perfect for like, there's a web page, let's say, and there's a bunch of data, and you're like, oh, God, there's way too much here. Because I've used AI to be like, yo, you know, AI thing, I need to get this data into a table. Please, like, take all these things out of this web page and then throw it into an Excel doc real quick. And then they're like, okay, and then it does it. And then I'm like, cool. And even if it doesn't put it in the Excel doc, copy paste it. That's a task that is just kind of gonna be me, like, Alt-Tab, highlight, click, Control-C. Meanwhile, that can, like, scan the web page and do it in, like, no time. Cool. That saves me a lot of time. But it's not necessarily a skill I'm missing out on. I already know how to do what I'm trying to do here. It's just faster. That's what I mean by like using it as a tool. Versus when people are just like, yeah, but like, I just have to do a bunch of math problems, but I don't feel like practicing it. It's like, okay, well, cool, then you're never gonna be good at that math because you're not actually doing the problem. You're just writing down what the thing tells you to do. Nice. Zam sent it to me. I wanted to knock that back a little harder, but he like started moving forward a little bit and I got kind of scared, I'm not gonna lie. Woo. Yeah, to eliminate monotony, exactly. Also, if you're one of those guys that actually goes like, yo, graphic designers and artists, you guys are so cooked. I'm taking pleasure in the fact that you're maybe gonna be unemployed in some industries. I'm like, what kind of gremlin you gotta be to actively root for creatives to lose their jobs? Oh my God, soon streams are gonna be all AI. You'll just watch an auto-generated stream of whatever you want. Is that interesting? Like, is that genuinely what people want? Like, I can't think of a more hellish Black Mirror episode. Double reset? Low-key almost pinched that. I wanted to bump him. Okay, I did. Cool. Yeah, AI is not going anywhere because it's making a bunch of people on Wall Street a bunch of money, and therefore it's something that just has to be crammed into every single thing. Toaster, AI. A pencil, eventually it will be AI. It'll just write for you. Your local park? Sorry, that's a data center now. There's even a company that apparently has just gotten some startup funding from NVIDIA that essentially is going to put mini data centers and mini processing things like mounted to someone's house, kind of like an AC unit, if you've seen those. And I'm just like, if people actually watch Fruit Love Island and authentically like that, someone said it's like Cocomelon for adults, and I think that's so accurate. Like, if you actually enjoy that, then I think less of you as a person. Imagine meeting your soulmate and then randomly they're just like, oh my God, I absolutely love AI TikTok dramas. I'd just be like, oh, that's crazy because I don't think you should exist. I don't think you as a person should be allowed to vote. Oof, that was way too much of an arrow. I tried to like knock that back up, but then I realized no one was challenging me, so I'm like, maybe I can possess that. Put an open space. Nice dunk. put an AI data center. I mean, they're putting them, trying to be everywhere. I'm glad that slowly town halls are getting pushed on. Also, people are just straight and getting voted out. There's like whole town councils that like basically like had the entire town come out and support and be like, yeah, we don't want this. They did like referendum voting. It was like 80% of people do not want the data center. And then the town halls, the council is like unanimously like, so we're gonna go ahead and build this. And then they all get voted out next election. I'm like, well, that's what happens, dude. Like that, I need to hear people have consequences. Like, I'm not trying to pay that electricity bill, you guys. Like, I'm really not trying to have a mini data center in my backyard and having to pay an extra, you know, $60, $70 a month for a data center that is doing stuff that I don't even utilize in any way. Like, if you're building like a public utility, if you're building like a reservoir, if you're building whatever, sure, I can deal with that. But you're not putting a data center like attached to my house. The guy got added for making AI model, and he realized he made 6K in the first month. Wait, an AI of what? An AI of model or an AI model? So that's called me controlling a ball, but personally, yeah, you can just knock it back. There's literally no one even near me. What are we what are we doing? An AI only fan. I mean, that has been happening already. As soon as AI imagery and videos came out, people immediately were trying to do that. I mean, do you have any idea how many Instagram accounts are just like purely AI woman? Just to be like, hey, look. I mean, I already know like there was a huge movement when VTubers started coming out of like using AI to like basically as like a deep fake, basically just being able to do face replacements, because that way you could be like a streamer and you could be like a person instead of like a cartoon or like an anime girl or whatever, but then you could still like be someone else, you know what I mean? Like, would anonymize your face by just putting in like someone else's. And then some people were basically like, well, that's actually also a way that people could just do pornography basically and just like face swap yourself, and then you're technically anonymous and no one knows who it is. So it's like AI was always going to be used for that stuff beyond just being used for literally anything else. But I just would feel a little bit better if AI stuff wasn't just like definitively scammy. Like, there's no purpose for AI video at all. Like, there's literally no reason outside of shitposting. There's not a social good that can come up from that. And people are like, well, it can be used educationally. And I'm like, yeah, but do we need that? Like, maybe a more engaging lesson and being able to depict a certain thing. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. We got a lot of media out there already. We don't need to, you know, poison everyone's drinking water and be able to make everyone's lives more expensive and be able to completely ruin the value of like 90 different companies in the stock market forever because we could occasionally make a kind of interesting video and whatever. Yeah, anyway, sorry, I went on a huge AI rant. I'm just very anti-AI in the modern age, so not a fan. Oh, I love how I did not land the way I thought I did. Going crazy on Insta AI, dude. Like, Facebook is just like, it's just full of people with like zero tech literacy getting bombarded by like the most insane AI stuff now. They are going to get one-shotted like crazy by that. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, teammate. I didn't realize you full committed to that. Do not like how you're shadowing that, and that's what happens. Try to pop that over the first guy, that's fine. No, if I bumped him, that would have been maybe something. Just kidding, teammate was in another zip code. Chow? Oh, okay. I tried to double that. Oh, it ate my jump. Wait, it ate my jump, no! That was 2 different times that the G-forces were my worst enemy there. And then teammate is not available. What happened here? Okay, I did give that away, but I don't know why he's on the backward for that. They'll believe anything on Facebook. I mean, they're just old, dude. There was like that one woman that was like a fake AI that was like a fake American soldier, and she was just meant to be like a hot blonde lady or whatever. And she was like photographed at like military events wearing like basically like stockings and a short skirt, and you're like, you guys, and they're like, people were really looking at that being like, oh hell yeah, I love that, love seeing a beautiful woman serving in the military. I'm like, you really think that's military grade? You think she's wearing a short skirt with like high heel like stilettos? You think that's what the military is giving our soldiers? Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you people actually just like demented? I don't know, just funny to see these people actively like full hook, line, sinker buy into that. But again, like they've never encountered something like that when you're a 50-year-old who doesn't understand how AI works. That's what the final gentleman who wore our independence wear. What do you mean? Yeah, George Washington was wearing pumps, actually, so maybe read a history book. I have BPD, beautiful princess disorder. Sure. Yeah, we're gonna pause a little bit. That's 2 straight twos games where I'm not really sure what we're doing, so let's pause a little bit. Nope, that's not a reset. You should know how military dresses. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they just see the picture and they're like, well, I guess that's just how. And also, like, not every 50-year-old is in the military and knows that stuff. But it just seeing like something that's like very clearly like, huh? Should at least give you pause. It's really funny how like older populations were the ones who were like, I remember as a kid being like the first generation to like have the internet fully take over your life. You just get into this territory of like, oh, don't believe everything you see on the internet. You know, there's people that go on and lie. You know, that Arthur video of like, oh, you think someone would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies or whatever? But like, then you grow up and your parents send you a link to something and you're like, Mom, this is like the most fake scammer thing I've ever seen in my life. She's like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And now those same people are being shown photorealistic images and videos all the time. Like they are not prepared for it. The freaky comments. I mean, that stuff is like really funny. Drew Gooden had a whole video about that where people will see like a woman that has like 3 legs and like this really pretty face, but like no torso, and it's like legs that just connect straight to like her shoulders. And these men are like, oh my goodness, so beautiful. I would sacrifice everything for you. And it's just like, buddy, are you looking at the photo? I leave my wife for you right now. Say word. Say the word. Hey, Rano, GG's. Some of these scams are impressive. No, for sure. Like, I'm not saying it's sophisticated. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you're just like, but it's because people don't have the tech literacy. There was a whole research article I used to send to my freshmen that I would teach, Psych 100 in. Is essentially like millennials and Gen Z are in a weird position because back in the day, parents would be kind of like a mentor for you as you were growing up. So they would teach you everything about how to behave in the world and how to act and whatnot. But in the age of the internet, like low-key, kids are taking on this interesting role where not only do they have to kind of like teach their little siblings how to behave on the internet and how to actually read into fakes and scams and, you know, dangerous sites and whatever, but they also have to teach their parents. So it's like this weird thing where you have to like mature really fast because you have to be like a guardian for your guardian to make sure they're not, you know, sending a bunch of money to a Nigerian prince or whatever. Because thought they were being no, but that's what I'm saying. And now it's like I can't even blame them. Like I remember getting I'm getting voicemails all the time with AI voices, and they sound pretty natural. Like it's a little stilted after a while, and you can kind of tell. But I don't blame a grandmother for getting a call and being like, "Hey, I'm calling from like the jail phone. It's Jeff, your grandson. I need bail money. Can you wire it to blah, blah, blah? And then they're like, okay. Like, I don't blame them for doing that. Like, well, how are they supposed to know AI is that good that it can perfectly duplicate your voice? I mean, I speak into a mic for a living, like casting for like thousands of hours. You could make a pretty good clone of my voice. So it's like, I don't blame parents for hearing that and being like, yep, sounds like you. No, I don't blame them at all. It's just kind of funny that for every very good one, there's one incredibly lazy one, and that's what I find kind of like goofy after a while. Like 90% of phone scams are hilarious to fall for, because imagine a company calling you, like your bank. Imagine your bank calling you and being like, hey, it's a bank. We need your money. Please give your bank information right over the phone. Don't go to the website. Don't go to login. Don't actually text this person. Don't go to secure line. Just I don't know. Just it's your bank. You know, it's the thing you put money into. And like that is how my bank talks. Like they just start off saying, look at the IRS. Hey, you know, taxes. You know. You owe money, you're gonna go to jail. Like that is not how the IRS would talk to you. They'd be like, hey, Jeff, like this is blah, blah, blah from the Internal Revenue Service. I'm calling in return for your blah, blah, blah return. Like it would at least be a little bit more official. There'd be a preamble, but instead they're just like, yeah, you're gonna go to jail. Better not get arrested, wire money. And you're like, okay. Your voice is scamming your own grandma. I mean, she deserves it. She's got too much money. I should scam my own grandmother. Easy pickings. Yeah, give me those funny numbers in your card, exactly. Oh. Well, if you met my grandma, it wouldn't be that hot of a take. No! I realized I was open last minute, and then I shot it, and I was like, I should have just gone for a double. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I knew he had that read, but I'm like, you're not getting a good read, so we're fine. Well, oh my god, I'm not even paying attention to my boost. Sorry, chat. My brain is like completely empty. That rage against AI tired me out, I guess. I went off the ceiling with literally like 20 boost, expecting that to work out. That's crazy. Also, now I'm just jumping past the ball. Am I paying it? I don't know if I'm conscious right now, chat. Am I even live? Am I just hallucinating this whole stream? I might be, chat. Gotta ask. Boss is really intelligent, I'm not gonna lie. I like the part where he leaves you in a 1v1 and then leaves the play completely. Why not just turn around and play the ball? You could help me out a little bit. You know I'm getting harassed. I don't know, man. Blue collar jobs are good. AI can't replace them. I mean, there's many reasons why blue collar jobs are good. But ultimately, like, there's ways that they will find ways to, I mean, it kind of starts with like, you guys gotta view it like automation. Like there used to be a lot of different jobs that existed that got kind of priced out by automation or moved out of automation. I would pass it across instead of going for a bump on a ball that's going in the corner, but that's okay. Boss and me are just not on the same wavelength. Wow. All right, well, GG. Oh, I already forfeited. I guess boss likes punishment. This man is rock hard right now on his desk. He's like, yes, please punish me, daddy. Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah, shove another goal in. Freaking weirdo, dude. Bunch of creeps. This is a children's game. It's the only reason you wouldn't forfeit in a game like this, considering we have not been able to get any offense going. Oh, wait, here's a chance? Never mind. He has lost his, he's lost his boner. We're back in it. It's winnable so long as we actually like stay with the ball. A couple times we're just kind of like touching it and then leaving, and I'm like, why are we acting like we don't need to +1 a touch? What? Let's go for the demo. All right, that's one passed. No, you went directly beneath my ground double, Rendom. God damn you and your bum Twitch channel. Oh. He like didn't get the reset, but he also didn't get the touch he was looking for, so it's kind of that in-between chow. Pass middle. That would have been pretty cool. Pass middle. No! If put that, actually, if I put that in the ceiling, it would have helped because boss went all the way back to the corner. Boss, it's crazy. All you gotta do, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a save. I'm not gonna lie, that was the greatest save Happy has made. All right, I don't mind losing if you're gonna peek like that. It's fine. Oh my god, I just gave you the goal. No, you threw it away! Buddy, you had so much boost, just air dribble it! If I demoed him, that still would have been a win, but either way. It's a good save. It's got a tornado warning. Rose living in the middle of Tornado Alley. Wait, what? I just got a noti from Nando's Chicken saying celebrate mom all weekend long. Hey mom, I didn't get you a bouquet or chocolates or a card. I got you Nando's peri peri. Honestly, not gonna lie, it'd be a pretty sick dish. Respect to Nando's. No. Sick. Love that. Huge fan. Didn't expect that guy to just chuck it right into me. Never had Nando's? Pretty elite, not gonna lie. It's one of those things that makes you realize, like, you're like, well, it's only chicken. It's not even fried. Like, how is it that good? But it's so tender. Seasoning's really good. Marinade's amazing. Preston's from southern Mississippi. Long stream today? Is it? I feel like I've only been going like an hour. An hour and a half. Well, compared to the other day when I basically had to leave after like 40 minutes, yes, this is a long stream. Can I get edible arrangement for my sister? My cousins used to have a franchise location of edible arrangements. This stuff is pretty cool. If only for the novelty. I kind of don't like having fruit in the house, though, because it forces me to eat it really quick before it goes bad and the fruit flies come. So that's the only thing I don't like about an edible arrangement, is that it's a little too much. And sometimes you gotta be like, oh, like immediately on the first day. Wait, that was crazy. They just reversed reverse Spanish kick. You missed! Pinch? All right. Not great. I want to turn that around a little faster. Why are you jumping, buddy? Are you okay? Man, wanted a soft touch up and over that guy. Oh, 50, interesting. If I wasn't trying to save an immense amount of money because unemployment, I would definitely be getting some Nando's tonight, just because I got that email. Good job, marketing team. If only you didn't target the brokest motherfucker in Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's fine, he gave it away. Just kidding, Octopus Part is so far back, and you missed the ball right at you. I think you might have to get put down, unfortunately. Unfortunate, chat. I'm not a huge fan of euthanasia, but sometimes it is necessary. It is necessary to get that done. Oh, good recovery. Wow, he used like all his boost to do that too. That was playing, got hit. The lightning fried it. Do you guys not have a surge protector on that? Never plug a console or anything super valuable directly into the outlet. Oh man, you actually make a good team play for once. All right, well, unfortunately, teammate, we've been outplayed by the fact that I don't think I've seen you touch the ball going forward, so unfortunate. We're gonna use our abandon. Octopus Fart wants to play that game out, and I'm not really feeling it right now. Protect the surge, exactly. Yeah, it kind of weirds me out when people just plug stuff right into the wall. I'm like, that's definitely how you fry a console. Like, the whole point of a surge protector is to make sure that doesn't happen. They won't let us play it. We were just playing our Super Nintendo. I remember Super Nintendo was almost my first gaming console. Our neighbor was giving it away, and my mom was like adamant, no video game. She wanted us to only read, which looking back maybe is a pretty dope idea for a kid to only read. But the thing is, I was already exposed to video games, so it was Jover. I got hooked. Eventually I got a PS2. That was my first console. Well, actually that's a lie. My Game Boy Color was the first gaming thing I ever owned. Game Boy Color and a copy of Contra, and then also a copy of Pokemon Silver. You did esports for a living. I mean, yeah, and I did it pretty well up until the point where there's just fundamentally nothing more I could do within Rocket League. So I've hit the ceiling. Now I need to, I guess, expand a little bit. I've been doing Madden esports a little bit more. I wish Madden did more stuff so I could get hashtag noticed. I did do a national championship cast on Madden with Stacks a while back. That was kind of fun. Madden esports, though, is pretty closed. I personally, and this is not even an ego thing, I think I'm just not familiar with the scene. I do not know the casters who do Madden. I don't know how they got that job. I don't know where their background is, but maybe they're ex-pros in Madden. Who knows? They're doing a good job, but I'm just like kind of like, yo, get me in there. Didn't they ban this map? No, it's a Steam Workshop. On Epic, you can't play it because it's not Steam, but this is Steam. And they didn't ban the map, they just banned Bacchus, which allowed you to access the map, which is a little different on Epic. Well, Nintendo is still goated in many ways. It's objectively very funny to me that Nintendo, the company that doesn't lower their prices for anything because they want to make sure they make maximal amount of money, can easily overnight have possibly the most popular esport in the entire world. Maybe it's kind of hard to compete with CS and League, but like Smash would be an insanely popular esport if Nintendo gave one iota of a frick about that game in a competitive sense. No, we're a family company. We can't have Smash players. We can't have players trash talking. It's like, dude, like, I don't think a single person would look at Smash Esports and be like, oh, Nintendo, this is disgusting. Then they'd be like, wow, that player's kind of weird. Anyway, moving on. Like, no one would do that. But Nintendo's so old school, run by, you know, 90-year-olds that, like, they're just like, Nintendo has to be family friendly. No esports. We'll occasionally let you license our game and do something, but we're never going to make an actual prize pool. What? I don't know how I possibly had that reset. Weird. Can you just replace UPKs? I mean, sure, I don't know, but Drills help with learning air roll flying. I mean, it's just practice, dude. There's not really drills. Like, honestly, rings maps like this, if you're on Steam, are kind of the best way, which is why it's kind of brutal that they don't have it in the real game. They should really add rings as a training option for air roll control. It is, like, definitely the, maybe not the best way, or, whoa. Maybe not, like, the best or easiest way, but just, for me, I think it helps to gamify it. Because while you're doing those drills, you're still going toward an objective. You're not just flying around in free play or whatever. Yeah, just being able to, like, I would say if you're starting off with a directional air roll left, for example, is this, but like just learning how to do this and just keep your car up is kind of important. A good way to do that is if you hold the left stick directly to the right, you'll do this, where your base kind of like kind of goes a little bit wider. This is like the tornado spin that helps you kind of stabilize. This is like a good way that when you're, you know, air rolling with a directional stick, your left stick isn't just pressing one direction, it's constantly going like in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction, but you're constantly shifting it like So when people are, you know, doing that, that's one thing. But if you're trying to stabilize, you just hold right and then your car does this. And it's a lot easier because then you're just holding right and then moving it up and down slightly, but still putting it to the right. And that way allows you to stabilize. So when you're learning how to do it earlier, this is like your baseline. And then over time, you'll learn how to like go to the left, go back to the right, go back to the other side, and then if you mess up, like, whoa, okay, how fast do you recover? There you go. I would say just practicing staying up and then occasionally throwing your left stick in a weird way, just like this, and then randomize, like, how fast can you recover? Suddenly, backflip. Okay, how do you get back? All right, there you go. Like, learning how to do instant recoveries at weird angles is the way you actually learn how to do car control. Like, in the air. Like, how fast can you recover out of, like, weird situations? That's, I guess, the basic way to practice. People might be like, that's boring. Is there any way faster? No. Just objectively, no. There's not another way to learn it. You just have to grind it. Best version of Esports outside of Super Duper. I mean, Smash Esports is really fun. I don't even like playing Smash, but watching Smash is super fun. It's be tough for my brain. I mean, it is. It's why it's pure muscle memory. Like, I can't really describe to you the direction you press when you're just keeping your car up more naturally by moving your left stick around, because it's actively just so much of memory that I'm not thinking about it. I just go. Get you fast with AI? I would hope not. Yeah, just let the AI play faster for you. Oh, wait, we've just invented bots, which we just were, you know, ruining the game with. Okay, chat, I'm gonna say I just missed that boost, but I feel like I just went through it. That was weird. We're playing against Octus Fart Chart, so now it's honor-based, where I have to beat him. Nice, Jackson. How's Taco? We're doing all right. Galaxy Z Fold 7, wait, for real? How does new anti-cheat work? Well, it basically just detects if the game's anti-cheat is turned on, and it does a heartbeat throughout the day, so, or throughout the game. So like it basically checks, hey, is anti-cheat turned on? Okay, cool. Just checking. Hey, is it turned on? Okay, just checking. So that catches a lot of like things that are trying to turn off the anti-cheat. Because you can toggle it off, but the game will immediately kick you offline. So new anti-cheat is just basically trying to figure out a way to keep on top of all the different exploits. And you can kind of behavioral do that. If you guys do encounter DDoSers or hackers, you should definitely just still report them, because the EAC, the new anti-cheat, it relies on reports as well to keep updating itself with like the new thing to look out for. Allows devs to figure out like how best to proceed with catching these guys. So a lot of these people, and also keep in mind, every anti-cheat in the world is whack-a-mole. You have to catch the obvious ones, and then you slowly iterate or create like new versions over time that catches more and more. But it's never 100%. So when people are like, wow, we lost Bacchusbot and the bot's already back, that's pathetic. But it's like, yeah, that's obvious, dude. That's always how it is. Deal with literally any hacking in any industry. You ask any like IT professional that deals with like malware or deals with like literally any exploits in their field, and they can tell you it's never like, oh, you just put up a firewall and you're done. Like, no, you have to always be vigilant about the different changes and adjustments that these hackers make, because hacking is fundamentally like trying to find the hole in a porous wall. Like, you're never going to be able to make it like 100%, which is why honestly a lot of security stuff is basically not making your system unhackable, but making it so difficult that the hackers, like, it's just not worth it. Like, it's genuinely just not worth taking 3 months to decrypt this ridiculously over-the-top thing when I could just move on to someone easier. Because hackers are going for, like, easy-to-penetrate targets. Like, they want it to be a lot faster, which is why, and often, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. It's often why hackers also try to target individuals, because it's a lot easier, instead of hacking into a server or a mainframe for a massive company, just getting the credentials off someone who has access to that stuff instead. Finding a way to phish your credentials and then get in there, you know, manually. Because that way they don't have to hack through 6 layers, they just have to make sure one dude lets his guard down. It's why companies invest so much money on cybersecurity training, to make sure, like, hey, if you get an email from these people, don't click on a link. We would never send you a link to click. We just tell you to contact us or something. Like, all that stuff, you know, like, just tiny stuff. It might seem stupid, but companies lose millions and millions and millions of dollars when people get hacked and give away information like that. So many massive hacks have occurred like that. But also, yes, hello, Tate. Kind of expect you not to die with that. Unfortunately. Also hate that Draxi went for that aerial with 100 boosts and then did not touch it at all and then immediately dove and missed. At that point, you might as well just shadow. Didn't expect him to miss. That was kind of a panic there. But yeah, basically, if you guys are playing and you see someone who looks like a bot, report them. And specifically say they're cheating. It'll speed up the review process and also allows EAC to detect them faster in the future. Because EAC is also like, it learns through machine learning to be able to like detect things a little bit easier over time. But it has to do some pattern recognition, you know? That's a goal. You gave too much space. Oh, never mind. Into the ceiling? Sad. Took a little too much. Do not aerial for that! Oh my god, that was not shootable. Why are you Draxi's spamming resets and it's really stressing me out. Ooh. Hold on. J-Bug, I'll read that in a sec. You got approved for unemployment? No. Well, I got approved temporarily, and for some reason it stopped, so I'm trying to figure out what the heck happened. I probably just forgot to fill out like a form or something random. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because I got like a paycheck. I got my first one, and I was like, cool. And then after that, they just stopped, even though I've been reporting my apps and submitting it into Texas, so I have no idea what the heck happened there. What's that game mean? I think I get 25, just about. Which is fine. That would be more than enough to be able to like be at least somewhat stable along with esports income and Twitch, YouTube. But yeah, since I only got one, it's making me a little nervous. Like I don't know how that's gonna keep me afloat long term. Which is why I'm kind of, well, not long term, but I'm kind of prepping for the reality that I don't think I'm gonna be able to find a job within the next like couple weeks, or just planning for that being a possibility, you know. Job market still absolutely abysmal, but I did just apply for a job with the city of Dallas that is actually a pretty banger position that I would actually really enjoy doing. So I think I fit it pretty well, but then again, that means literally nothing lately. Hey, GT. That stuff usually just means nothing to me because it's like, it feels like you submit all the, and I just got my utilities paid off. It's now the $100 out of my bank account. Never been evicted before. That should be fun. Love never having money. Love that. Huge fan. Love being unemployed. Love unemployment randomly stopping. I would love that to also not be shin level. Teammates will really look at you at the backboard and look at a goalkeeper and then lob it 1 foot off the ground. All right. Please jump. Job says you makes you depressed. I mean, it's pretty depressing. Like, at least I'm not getting auto rejection, so it makes me feel like I'm at least like being evaluated or at least have a chance at it. That's honestly the most deflating ones, when you apply for a job and then you get immediately desk rejected and you're like, okay, I know for a fact that no one read this. The fact that you evaluated this resume in like 1 second means that you used some AI screener and I got flagged for like a certain word or rather a lack of one or whatever. Like, that's all that means, it feels like anymore to me. So it's really hard to like, you know, get psyched when it feels like you apply to a job that's flawless and then you either get ghosted and never hear from them again, or you get rejected in like a minute and you're like, oh, well, that's cool. Because I think if you got feedback on your rejections, it would actually feel a little bit better. Like, at least if it was like, hey, we're looking for someone with slightly more hands-on experience or whatever, like, then it would be like, oh, okay, then I just have to, you know, that's where I fell short. Okay, understandable. Whereas, like, it just feels like with a lot of these positions, you kind of just get like, sorry, you didn't get it, and that's it. That's the only feedback you get. Like, nothing else. I want to drop below him. Good air dribble. Okay, he left me the boost. That's fine. Jump for the ball. Bro's not paying attention. Terrible bounce too. And we're done. Unfortunate. Bro gave away the ball. The most clear-cut thing, my teammate with 100 boost watched that go across his whole body and then let that one go in. I genuinely don't understand the logic there. Like, I understand, like, maybe, like, fake chowing, but, like, he literally just got handed a shot and he was just like, no, thank you. Those fake job postings. Well, those are just like kind of goofy because it's like they're not trying to hire anyone. They're just kind of like, yeah, just apply for this random thing. There's also like these weird websites where if you go deep enough in a job board, it'll start being like, it's like Ziva job or whatever. I don't even know. It's like some bullshit website where you'll apply for a job and it'll just be like, oh, submit a video, describe like a video like cover letter basically, where you like record yourself on camera talking. Like, there's literally no way this is not meant for like stealing your identity and training an AI model. Like, there's no actual way this is not used for any like actually useful. Because imagine if you were just like evaluating a bunch of stuff and you had to watch videos with audio to actually like evaluate someone. No, you'd want to actually read a paper. You'd want a resume. You'd want a cover letter. Honestly, cover letters are kind of useless. I'd want a resume. Cover letters are a way to kind of explain things away, but that also assumes that people are actually reading that stuff. Finally got my first ever response for salary position. Was a rejection with a response. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, at least if someone gives you a response, it also gives you a closure sense on that stuff. Like, other times you just kind of get you just don't hear from them, and I'm like, okay, so like, what happened here? Was I rejected? Did you never see it? Like, what happened? At least if you get rejected, they're like, yeah, we did look through it and just didn't really align or whatever. GC2. Yeah, that's why it's kind of rough that it feels like in this modern age, you're kind of like relying on referrals to get like all your positions. Like there's not just, I genuinely know only like 2 people that have been hired in my friend circle that have gotten it off of an application. Like most of them are like, yeah, I got referred by this. Oh, I got recommended to apply by, you know, my former boss. I got recommended to both, like just all that stuff. Like it's very few people are like, yeah, I submitted an application. They looked at it. They invited me for an interview and then we went from there. Like it's very few people. And that's the most discouraging part. It's like actual formal evaluation process doesn't exist anymore. And it only gets worse as the more and more job searchers come into the fray because, you know, if you guys, I don't use LinkedIn for job searching for many reasons, but also because it's like depressing to like have a job get posted, like, and you're in there within the first 6 minutes and you're like, oh, cool, like a job got submitted. And then it says over 100 people have already applied. I'm like, oh my God, dude, like there's no chance. Like after a week or so, like this position's gonna be 7,000 applicants or whatever. Part of me does wonder if people are trying to reverse course and just, I almost guarantee there are people, especially like CS guys, who just have like a bot that auto applies to any position that's even remotely close to whatever and just like submits like some custom resume that's like, yes, I'm excited to submit my job for insert job title, like from whatever LinkedIn posting, but it's still depressing to like see like how fast people are applying to jobs. It's like, goddamn. Because at least like some jobs back in the day you'd like apply to and they'd be like, oh, 20 people applied. And you're like, oh, okay, that's not a bad pool. I can be competitive in that. But in 100, I'm like, are they even going to see you or are you just going to immediately get sifted into the F off pile? Try to lob that for you, teammate. Ah, Draxy, you're smart. Wish you were smart on my team. Fucking idiot. Anyway, I'm done. Bye.